Kevin P. Gilday and the Glasgow Cross. We're doing track by track breakdown of our new album, Pure Concrete. And this is track number 9, The Past, A Foreign Country, etc. I'm trying to think what my memory of this song is. I assume this would have been a piano demo that was kicking about somewhere that I've maybe just latched onto.
Yeah, and actually it's one of the ones where, you know, I've got this like kind of really extensive demo folder and all these things, and that, you know, I think there was like upwards of 100 sort of little demos in there, and I was really surprised that was one of the ones you'd chosen. Like it is, I think of all, like when you've picked demos to work on, like 99% of the time I've gone, oh yeah, I'm kind of not surprised you chose that one.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah, to me that was one of the more surprising ones, but I'm pretty glad you chose that. I think actually of all the songs on the album, that this is the kind of the straightest line from demo to recording, because I think the demo was pretty fully formed in as much as it was like piano, it was like a verse and chorus, and then it's kind of like 3 verses and choruses, and you put all the like sort of lyrics and melody. And again, it's actually one of those few occasions as well where what I really love when you take the demos is you put stuff over it that I would never have done, never have thought of. But actually, when you did the melody, that's kind of what I had in my head. It's one of the few occasions where I think it's just been like so like it's kind of exactly all like the melody on it is just exactly what I had in my head, and and what ended up in the final recording is essentially just piano and bass. So and your vocal, obviously. So
it's one of those. It's like, see, if you'd asked me a few years ago, "Oh, do you want to do a piano ballad?" I would have been like, "Nah, I don't know. There's something kind of that feels uncool about a piano ballad. Do you know what I mean? There's something that feels quite kind of like old-fashioned." But I feel like, you know, you maybe get a wee bit older and you realise there's something classical about this type of music, something timeless. And if you're trying to talk about something like that, if you're trying to talk about literally the concept of time, which I'm doing in this track, then it feels like the perfect vehicle for it. And, you know, in my head, I was like, yeah, well, you know, why not? Like, if Nick Cave can do it and Father John Misty can do it, and you can make a piano ballad cool and bring it into a kind of modern era, then why not have a go at it yourself? And I think when I heard this, I was just immediately, I was like, you know, we've talked about it before. What's my emotional response to it? My emotional response is instantly, there's something about nostalgia here. There's something about longing for something that's past.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know, just conjured it up in my head. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to explore. That's what I want to write about. And the fact that time is linear and you can't capture it, and it's constantly moving and you can't go back the way. And I was like, it's such a sad thing to write about, actually, you know, but it felt kind of uplifting in a way to do it within this, you know, concept of a piano ballad, and to put it out into the world in that way, because I can imagine people sitting with a glass of wine on a Sunday evening listening to it, you know what I mean? And that idea lyrically, that idea of, you know, time is an arrow, that came from a BoJack Horseman episode called, I think, was actually called Time's Arrow, which is all about that, which is one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life, and it is about that. It's about, you know, the things that happen here and how they affect you here, and how you can't go back and change that. You just need to live with the ramifications of it in your future self. which is a big concept to be dealing with. But sometimes taking a massive concept like that and then putting it into a 3-minute pop song is exactly what you need to do with it. Sometimes it makes more sense when you put it into this different format. Yeah.
I will need to go and watch that episode of BoJack Horseman. I've never seen any BoJack Horseman, so.
Okay, well you need to watch all of it now.
Okay. that could be my my lockdown.
We're done with this interview. Go.
I mean, the other thing I think is maybe I do need to watch something like that to kind of take some of that away from the song, because again, for me, this has got a similar, for me anyway, it's got a similar feel for me to Ashes. That kind of weight of the lyrics in the song, and I maybe need to sort of put it in a different context as well, because again, it's one of those ones where, you know, those recording sessions were only 2-3 weeks after my mum died, and I think there's that kind of bit of detachment for me for that song, that when we're playing it, I kind of concentrate on the piano and the melody rather than the words, just because otherwise I think it would be a bit too much playing it. But there's one thing that I do remember even with all of that, like even with saying all of that in terms of like the song and like kind of what it means to me, that I do remember kind of being quite excited about getting in to record it, because you know, I've only ever played it in, like, I've got in the studio, I've got this piano in the background, and it's like a stage piano, and it sounds absolutely fine for recording, you know, bits and pieces here and for practicing on, but yeah, there's still nothing that's as good as like a real piano. And so we went to this cottage studio, and I was really excited to play it, because I thought, I'm going to get to record a real upright piano, and like so much of it was out of tune. It was just it was horrible, because I had it in my head that we were going to go in and I was going to be able to play this piano, and we were going to do a great version of it, and like there were so many notes in the piano that were out of tune.
Yeah.
And I just remember, like, for like maybe, I don't know, a few hours, having to work out how to play the song again and try and play it how I did it before, but avoid a whole load of notes on the piano because they were out of tune. and it's one of those ones where I literally learned it for that afternoon. And because then after that recording, you know, it's like weeks before you play it again. Of course, I'd forgotten how to play that way, and then you go back to the in-tune piano and you play the way you always did. And I'm sure what we did to get around that was that, because it was always supposed to be just a piano ballads song, and I had to kind of relearn it, but it was in a higher register. So then the bass came in, and the bass kind of, and again you had to detune the bass to the piano because everything was so out of tune. And then so it's all, that's why it's like the whole track's very, very slightly out of tune, but in tune with itself, at least I hope. Actually, you know, in a way, it's kind of nice, because there is something again nice for that feel of a piano and a bass just sitting together, just as the only two elements in a track, is something it can be really, really lovely sometimes. And again, that wasn't the original plan; it was just supposed to be piano, but just because of having to shift what you were playing on the piano, it became this. Like very slightly different arrangement, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah, and it's lovely, and it definitely gave me a bit more space and a bit more confidence to kind of go with the vocal melody that we went with, and to kind of really explore that, and to kind of really unabashedly be like, here's a big vocal, here is a big vocal, lads, deal with it, and not hide behind anything, which felt really liberating, actually, to be able to just be like, here we go, we're doing a big song, and here's a big vocal. And yeah, now when I listen back to it, I'm definitely very proud of having written that, and then having taken those decisions and just kind of going with it. We originally recorded it in the same room at the same time, which was which was hard, but really it felt great to do that. Because in a studio, you're so separate sometimes. You're so split apart, and yeah, you're there together and you're talking with each other, but to be in the same room playing at the same time and really just feeling it live, it felt really important to do that. I know we ended up re-recording the vocals later, but to get that original take of it as well, I feel like even though we might not have used it all, it was really, really important in the kind of formation of the song.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I totally agree. I think that's the one song in all of those recordings where I probably played off you more than, like, you know, there's so much I could have done in isolation. That's definitely one where, like, playing the piano, to have your voice like right next to me was like one of the most important things, I think, for
Yeah.
get that song. So yeah, I'm glad we ended up doing it that way.
Cool. So here is the past, a foreign country, etc. This is some studio footage that we have of me doing the vocals in the studio. So enjoy.
Left my mother in another land, rosary clutched tightly in her hand, that same hand that wiped away my childish tears, quarantined behind the veil of years. The past is gone, and time is an arrow shot through my heart. No passport can return me to that time. Boulders braced, impenetrable lines. Patsy Cline sings from a lonely stereo. Uneven feet grope lightly through the snow. The past is lost, and time is an arrow shot through my heart. I misplace a little detail every day. Clarity fades from my yesterdays, and this linear life won't set me free. Hands me the door but not the key. The past is dead, and time is an arrow shot through my heart, shot through my heart.